In today's video, we are going to talk about the risks of going deep in inventory. Not really the risk, because we all know that what could happen, like the worst thing that could happen is that you are not able to sell your products. Either you are not able to sell them at all, or you are not able to sell them at the price that you expected. So you're going to lose money. All right, this is the risk. But I'm going to talk about the reasons why this could happen and things that you should be aware of. All right, things that could come up that is out of your control and that could make it so you're stuck with that inventory. All right, before we start, I'm going to make it quick. There's going to be a link in the description. If you need one-on-one coaching because you want to scale your Amazon business, book a call with me. If you want some mentorship with some beginners, because the one-on-one coaching is for everyone. All right, whether you're a beginner or a little bit more advanced, if you want to scale, we can build a plan to help you scale and see what your issue is right now. The mentorship program is going to be a program where I'm going to take 4 to 6 people for 8 weeks, and we are going to take them from $0 to $10,000 in sale. It's going to be a little bit more expensive than the one-on-one coaching, but you can join the wait list, and you're going to have more information on that. Third link, Discord server. If you want to grow, you need to build a network. If you want to do it, come on the Discord server, be active and talk. So, as I was saying, there are some not really problems, but there's some stuff that could come up when you actually go deep in inventory that can actually fuck up your cash flow, especially if you are on credit, you are working with credit to your inventory, you buy a lot of inventory with short-term credit. It can fuck you up. And so one of those things, for example, is the buy box being suppressed. All right, the buy box being suppressed can definitely fuck up your flow. Right, it's going to slow up sales a little bit. The price is going to decrease, and this is something that you need to be aware of, because it's something that you cannot really predict, and it changed the whole dynamic of a nascent. Right, this is one of the big things that can change the whole dynamic of a nascent. So you really need to be aware of that and always have a plan. As I said, you always need to plan for the worst case scenario when you jump on a listing, especially when you jump with a lot of inventory. And so what you want to do first is have a rule on your repricer for when products, like when the buy box is suppressed. If you do not have one, I have a whole video with all my rules. And as I always say, if you have any questions about selling on Amazon, I probably made a video on that subject, right? So I have a whole video with all my rules. You can find it. I think there's a link in the description with all my Be Cool rules, so you can check it out as well. And yeah, so first thing that can fuck you up, the buy box being suppressed. There's really no way to actually know that it's going to happen, except when the price is really too high on Amazon. But a lot of the time, there's no way to prevent it. All right, there's nothing that you can do to know that it was going to happen. And so sometimes, some products, and this is what happened to me recently. Some products, one of my main products, the buy box got suppressed, and sometimes it happens. The buy box gets suppressed for 2 weeks. It happens, nothing you can do. And yeah, there's really nothing you can do about this. And you just need to wait it out. I know that this is going to last for maybe 2 weeks. I can either sell my products a little bit slower. A little bit slower, but with a high. And I'm going to talk more about that in the monthly recap. We are going to talk about that. But yeah, the buy box being suppressed is one of the big things that can actually fuck you up. And you just need to wait it out or sell your products a little bit slower and at a little bit less of a premium. All right, that's the first thing that can get you fucked up. The second thing, which is actually preventable, is people jumping on the listing. All right, you need to know when you source a product, where you source it. You need to know the propriety of the suppliers, you would know, for example, Ulta, if you buy stuff on Ulta, if it's not during Q4, and even during Q4 a little bit, but prices are going to tank. All right, I've been saying it a lot with Ulta lately, not lately, but when I used to still prep myself, it was really terrible. All right, the prices were tanking all the time. So you need to know stuff like that to be able to prevent this. Because this is preventable, not like the buy box being suppressed, but this is preventable. You should really know your suppliers. If you start going deep in stocks, you should know your suppliers, you should know the brand, and you should know everything about it. All right, you should know how the prices react and the number of new offers react when this product actually goes on sale. Right, so you need to know that stuff. If you don't, you're gonna lose a lot of money. Another few stuff that can happen is your listing being deactivated because of some account health issues, all right? And this is going to happen if you have a lot of returns. So make sure that the product that you buy is actually not a product with a lot of returns, or with, make sure that you actually have the right product, that it is actually doable, because I had that issue with a wholesale lead where it was not too expensive, so it was not that big of a loss, but you know, it actually costs a lot of money and it sets you back a little bit, you know, especially when it was with wholesale for me. So yeah, because the product that I had was not slightly different, but it was like a cream that had one extra ingredient that I did not notice. Because of that, you know, I had a ton of returns. And for some products, it's not going to change a lot. People are not going to care at all that the product is different. For some other products, a small difference in the product, just a small difference in packaging, even if it's just packaging, the product is the same, can cause a lot of returns. It really depends on the product, and so you need to try it out. But this is something that can happen. Issue with your account health that is going to get your listing, not your whole account, but your listing suspended, your listing removed, and because of that, you're going to need to sit on a lot of inventory. You're going to lose a lot of money. It is what it is. It's going to set you back as well. You can get your listing back if you appeal it and stuff like that. But you know, all those things, you need to know that this game, the Amazon game, and especially the online arbitrage game, is everything is time sensitive. All right, and so if you buy a product today, and you're not able to sell it, you are actually losing money because the price is going to decrease because more people are going to find out the product, stuff like that. So you need to sell your shit as fast as possible. All right, there's no other way. The last thing that can happen is your supplier or your prep center fucking up your product. All right, and so when it happens, like it's going to happen, you need to know this. And for example, if you've been following what was happening with my old prep center, you would know. You can watch the whole video, but they can make mistakes and stuff like that, and it can cost you a lot of money. So you always need to be ready for that stuff. It's going to happen whether you want it or not. People are going to fuck up. Amazon's going to fuck up as well, and because of that, you're going to have return. Because of that, the thing that I told just before can happen to you. You can, you know, get your listing deactivated for a little bit, and it can set you back. So you need to be aware of all those things. You need to be aware that the account health can fuck you up. The buy box can get suppressed. You know that a lot of sellers can jump on the listing. Another thing that can happen as well is I just forgot what I wanted to say. But yeah, those three things can happen, and it can really, really, really fuck you up. All right, you need to be aware of this. You need to be ready to you know, you need to be ready sometimes to sit on your product or to liquidate. All right, you really need to know what your whole strategy is. My strategy has always been that I can sit on my products a little bit longer than the other person. I'm not too scared of that because I've been, you know, I'm not too leveraged. But if you are way more leveraged than me, if you are working with the Amex Plum, stuff like that, it may not be possible for you to actually wait it out. All right, and so in that case, you need to have a strong liquidation strategy to be able to liquidate your products if things go bad. So yeah, that's it for today's video. I hope it was helpful. If it was, leave a like, do all that stuff. Watch these videos on the screen if you want to keep learning about selling on Amazon, and I'll see you tomorrow for a new video. Thank you for watching.